Hello students, in previous lecture we have seen the theorem if G be group of finite order and A be an element of that group, then order of an element divides order of group. Now in this lecture we will see index. So let's see the definition. Let H be subgroup of G. Let H be subgroup of G. Then the number of cosets of H in G, then the number of cosets which is either left coset or right coset, then the number of cosets of H in G is called index of H in G, is called index of H in G, and is denoted by H in G, and is denoted by notation G as to H. So this is the notation for index of H in G, means number of cosets of H in G, so denoted by this notation. And index of H in G which may be finite or infinite, and if G is finite then index of H in G will be finite. So the index of H in G, so G as to H may be finite or infinite, So if G is finite, then index of H in G, read as G as to H. So index of H in G is same as G as to H, and G as to H is defined by order of G upon order of H. So this is the number of cosets of H in G, so called index of H in G. So here if G be finite group, then index of H in G will be finite, so which is again finite, and index of H in G defined by order of G by order of H. Now we will see theorem. Let's see the theorem. So suppose H and K are subgroups of group G. Suppose H and K are subgroups of group G, such that K is subgroup of H and H is subgroup of G, and suppose index of K in H means H as to K and G as to H, so which is index of H in G are both finite, then index of K in G is finite and is also finite, and index of K in G is equal to index of H in G into index of K in H. So let's prove this theorem. So let's see the proof. We have the definition of index of H in G, so which is number of cosets, which is left coset or right coset, is the index of H in G, and denoted by this notation G as to H, which is index of H in G, and index of H in G which may be finite or infinite. If G is finite, then index of H in G will be finite and defined by the notation order of G by order of H. So here we have given H and K are subgroups of G. Here suppose H and K are subgroups of G H is subgroup of G and K is subgroup of G, such that K is subgroup of G, K is subgroup of H, which is subgroup of G, and we have given H, index of K in H, which is finite, and index of H in G is also finite, and index of K in H and index of H in G, so G as to H is finite. Then we will get, so index of H, K in H is equal to, we have the formula, index of H in G is equal to order of G upon order of H. So we will get here index of K in H is equal to order of H upon order of K, and index of H in G will be order of G upon order of H. Now then we have given, so we have index of K in H and H in G will be finite, then index of K in G is also finite. Then we will get index of K in G is equal to, so by using this, what we will get, index of K in G is equal to order of G upon order of K, So to prove that index of K in G is equal to index of H in G into index of K into H, so I will multiply and divide by order of H. So we will get here order of G upon, so I will adjust this here, order of H into order of H divided by order of K. So this is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. We know that value of order of H upon order of K will be index of K in H, and order of G by order of H has value index of H in G. So we will get here, so here we will get G by order of H, which is index of H in G, so G as to H into H as to K. Therefore index of K in G, so G as to K is equal to G as to H into H as to K. Hence the proof of the theorem. So we have given H and K which is subgroup of G, and K is subgroup of H and which is subgroup of G, and index of K in H and index of H in G are both finite. Then index of K in G is also finite, and finally we have proved that index of K in G is same as index of H into G into index of K into H. Hence the proof of the theorem. Now let's see the examples from exercise. So let's examples. Find all cosets of the group. Find all cosets of the group which is generated by 18 of the group, generated 18 of Z36. So here what we have given, HB subgroup generated by 18. So we will get, if I will generate this subgroup by 18, then first add 18 one times, then we will get 18. If I add 18 two times, then 18 plus 18 36, and 36 modulo 36 we will get 0. So if I generate by 18, then we will get only two elements in Z36. So here H is 0 and 18. Now to find out left cosets, so here now the left cosets containing A is A plus H. Now I will put A is equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on to find out disjoint subsets. So let's see. Now put for A is equal to 0, we will get 0 plus H, which is same as H. Now for A is equal to 1, we will get 1 plus H is equal to, 1 plus h, so we have total h has element 0, 18. So if I add 1 plus 0 will get 1, 1 plus 18, 19. Next, for a is equal to 2 will get 2 plus h. So 2 plus h has element 2, here 20. Next, 3 plus h will get 3, 21. Next, 4 plus h will get, so add this h with 4, so 0 plus 4, 4, 18 plus 4, 22. Now continuing in this way up to 17, so 17 plus h will get, so 0 plus 17, 17, and 17 plus 18 which is 35. And if I take a is equal to 18, so here a is equal to 2, a is equal to 3, and so on. So finally I put here a is equal to 17, we will get 17 plus h, which is in the set we will get 17 and 35. So if I put a is equal to 18, then we will get 18 plus h is equal to, so 18 plus h, so h 0 plus 18 will be 18, and 18 plus 18 which is 36, and 36 mod 36 will get 0. So we will get start here repeated sets, here 0, 18, and here again we have 0, 18 which is same as h, means we have total there are 18 left cosets. Hence there are total 18 different left cosets, because their union will be Z36 and intersection will be empty, because here there is no common element between all these 18 left cosets. So here total there are 18 left cosets which are so h, 1 plus h, 2 plus h, 3 plus h, and up to so on 17 plus h, because here 18 plus h is same as h. So total there are these 18 left cosets which is h, 1 plus h, 2 plus h, and so on 17 plus h. So here these are 18 left cosets which is generated by h. H is equal to generator 18, so we get 18 left cosets. Now to find out index of h in G. Now let's see the examples to find index. Find the index. Find the index of generator 3 in the group Z24. In the group Z24. So here what is group? Here G is Z24 and H is generated by 3. So I will generate H by 3, then we will get, so add 3 1 times, we will get 3. Next add 3 2 times, we will get 6. If I add 3 times, we will get 9. If I add 3 4 times, then we will get 12. If I add 3 5 times, we will get 15. If I add 3 6 times, we will get 18. If I add 3 7 times, so 3 plus 3 up to so on 7 times, we will get 21. And if I add 3 8 times, 3 plus 3 8 times, then we will get 24, and here 24 modulo 24 will get 0. So the set subset H generated by 3 will have elements 0 3 6 9 12 15 18 and 21. Now to find, so total order of H is, here we have total 3 plus 3 6 8 elements. So here order of H means number of element in subgroup is 8, and order of G is equal to order of Z24 will be 24, right? Now to find out index of H in G, then index of generator 3 in Z24 is, which is index of h in G is equal to order of G upon order of h, which is equal to, so order of G is 24 and order of h is 8, so which is 3. So index of h in G is equal to 3, means there are 3 different left or right cosets, right? So this is the index. Let's see another example. I will take first, let sigma is equal to, sigma be given as product of cycles. So 1, 1, 2, 5, 4, 2, 3 belongs to S5. Find index of sigma in S5. And second one, let mu is equal to 1, 2, 4, 5 into 3, 6, which belongs to S6. Find index of mu. Find index of mu in S6. So let us find out this. Here we have given product of two cycles, so which is not disjoint here. Here these are disjoint because there is no common element. Now here first we have to write this cycle into permutation and to find out order of sigma, and then find out order of index of sigma in S5. So let's see first. Now sigma is equal to 1, 2, 5, 4 into 2, 3. So first write down this as permutation. So here we have the element, this is from S5, so which belongs to S5, so which is equal to, total there are 5 symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here again for second orbit we will get again 5 symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here 1 goes to 2 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4, so 5 goes to 4 and 4 goes to 1, 4 goes to 1 means 3 as it is. Now in this orbit, so here say in second cycle 2 goes to 3, 2 goes to 3 and 3 goes to 2, so 1, 4 and 5 as it is. Now let's take product. So we will get total there are 5 symbols, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so which belongs to S5, right? So here take product, 1 goes to 1, 1 goes to 2, next 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 3, next for value of 3, so here 3 goes to 2, 2 goes to 5, next for 4, 4 goes to 4, 4 goes to 1, 5 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4. Now this is the permutation. Now to find out the disjoint cycles, now from that permutation we will write it as product of disjoint cycles. Now here we will start from here 1 goes to 2, so make a chain, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 5, 3 goes to 5, 5 goes to 4 and 4 goes to 1. So 1 is in our cycle, so we will stop here. So this is single disjoint cycle, right? And we know that if we have single disjoint cycle, then order of that permutation or order of that cycle is same as order of sigma. Therefore we say that here order of sigma is equal to 5 because there are 5 elements in single cycle, so order of sigma is 5. Now to find out index of sigma in S5. Now the index of sigma in S5 is, so here we have sigma, therefore here index of S5 in index of sigma in S5 is equal to order of S5 divided by order of sigma. Therefore we know that order of Sn is n factorial, right? Therefore here order of S5 will be 5 factorial upon order of sigma. Order of sigma is 5, so 5 factorial upon 5 will get 4 factorial and 4 factorial will be 24. So index of sigma in S5 will be 24, means there are total 24 uh, left or right cosets here, right? Similarly, we can find here index of mu in S6. So here mu is product of two disjoint cycle. First write down it as a product of permutations and then find out, or directly here we have total there are 4 elements in first cycle and in second cycle there are 2 elements. Now directly find, you can find here order of mu. So we know that if mu can be written as product of two disjoint cycle, then order of mu is equal to LCM of order of that cycles, right? So here first cycle has order 4 and second cycle has order 2, so LCM of 4 and 2 will be 4, therefore order of mu is 4. And to find out index of mu in S6 will be order of S6 upon order of mu, so order of mu is 4, so we will get final answer. Now let's see the solution. Now let's see second example. Here mu is equal to 1 2 4 5 into 3 6, which belongs to S6. Now these are two disjoint cycle, therefore we have the result if mu is equal to mu1 into mu2. So mu1 mu2 are two disjoint cycles, disjoint cycles. Then we know that order of mu is equal to LCM of order of mu1 and order of mu2. So here to find out order of mu, now order of mu is equal to LCM of, now mu1 which is first cycle has 4 elements and mu2 which is second cycle has 2 elements, and these two are disjoint. So order of mu1, so mu1 has 4 elements, so 4, and mu2 has 2 elements, so 2. So LCM of 4 and 2 will be 4, means what, order of mu will be 4. Now to find out index of mu in S6, then index of mu in S6 is order of so index of mu in S6 is equal to order of S6 upon order of mu, which is equal to order of S6 is 6 factorial and order of mu is 4. So after solving 6 factorial upon 4, we will get answer 180. So we will get index of mu in S6 will be 180. Now let's see another example. Find the index of generator phi and generator psi in group S3. So here H is subgroup generated by phi. So first let H is equal to generator phi. So we have in group S3. So S3 there are total 6 elements. So H is subgroup generated by phi. So which has elements identity and phi, because phi square is identity, right? If I generate phi, then we will get phi raised to 1 power will be phi and phi square will be identity. If I repeat it, we will get only 2 elements identity and phi. So and G is here S3. So order of G is 6 and order of H is 2. Therefore index of phi in S3 is, so G as to H is equal to order of G upon order of H will be order of S3 upon order of, so order of H is 2. So I will write directly order of S3 is 6 upon 2 will be 3. So there are total 3 cosets. So index of H in G will be 3 here. Now for second, I will generate subgroup by psi. So here let H is subgroup generated by psi. Then we have, if I generate by psi, then psi raised to first power will be psi raised to second power psi square, and psi cube will be identity, which is the property of symmetric group with 3 symbols, which is S3. So we will get psi has element identity psi square. So total there are 3 elements, and S3, which is G, has total element identity phi psi, or I will write identity psi square phi psi phi. Total there are 6 elements. Therefore index of H in G, then index of psi in S3 is equal to order of S3 upon order of psi, which is equal to 6 upon 3, which is equal to 2. So total there are 2 cosets here. Okay, we will stop here. In next lecture we will start next point, which is direct products and finitely generated abelian groups. Thank you.